The TV news in Sabah, Malaysia shows Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu and STEMSEL's certificate of collaboration in the online signing ceremony on the 11th of August 2020 to increase graduate employability by training students to develop individual stem cell AI social businesses as well as startup case studies.
Invite Mr. Miroslav Kostecki to moderate the briefing session from the other side.
Okay. Hello from Australia, and we're very privileged to be able to talk to you, even if it is on WebEx today. We have lined up a few very important speakers who are collaborating together, so what I would like to do is hand over to Dr. Peng Chu, who is next to me, who is the CEO of Stem Cell Foundation, and he will go through some of these collaborations as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Miro. I'll try to manage the time as well as possible because we have another few colleagues and supporters here to speak. So, Assalamu alaikum to one and all in Sabah and all listening in. And in particular, I'd like to greet Technologies Zainab Binti Osman, Director, Polytechnic KK, and Nur Hanum Binti Awang, Deputy Director of Academic, Captain Technologies Muhammad Shadikin bin Awang Adi, Deputy Director of Academic Support, Head of Corporate Industry Services Employability Center, Technologies Dr. Jason William Vitals, and obviously not forgetting one of the very important person is Benil Simon, sir, the lecturer, who we first met at Serbia in late November, early December in 2019. So I'd like to start off by telling a little bit of a story how we met. At that time, when Serbia invited us to do a workshop, stem cell artificial intelligence Internet of Things workshop in Kimanis in Papar for 2 days, and there's about 80 people attended from the universities, polytechnic, staff, school students, and teachers. And so that was our first meeting with PKK, a team of teachers and students. And amazingly, what we, after 2 days of using this brand new invention called GrantLink, or also known as the Hakka technology, for reason that there's so many Hakkas in Sabah. And so we witnessed that and feedback from the teachers and students that this technology that enable them to make Internet of Things project is 10 times faster. So then we started discussing how is it going to impact on the graduate employability. If students can do and complete IoT projects 10 times faster, for instance, they can create vision with one line of code between the camera, mobile phone camera, and the laptop, which traditionally their contemporaries around the world will take about 100 lines and 24 pages. It's all in the internet. And so 2 lines of code, they will be able to make their own web page with 2 buttons to turn anything on and off around the world, as long as it's connected to that invention inside a Wi-Fi chip. So in brief, the invention is a web page that is hosted inside a Wi-Fi chip, which you can place anywhere in the world. So as long as you can access the page, you can conduct sensing, data logging, control, Internet of Things, and AI, which is underpinning industry revolution 4.0. So from that point on, over the last 6 months or so, even with the pandemic, we decided that these need case studies. So with such skills set that PKK students will acquire in collaboration with 10 countries, including the Royal University of Bhutan, the Triple One University in Nepal, of course, our universities in Australia, Ibadan University in Nigeria, Central University Institute in Cameroon and Uganda, Islamic University, and so forth. There's about 10 countries involved now. How do we solve problem created by this COVID-19? So we come up with the idea of COVID-19 online babysitting project, which basically, because of the pandemic, we will then conduct projects, make Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, STEM projects online. So this idea of COVID-19 problem clearly identified visibly is the tourism and the hospitality industry, which affects every country in the world. And so we then decided to use this skill set in order to make artificial intelligence apps for the hotel. For instance, Hotel 63 in Sabah, we are making apps in order for the hotel to send out to their excuse me, to the customers to welcome them back to Sabah after the pandemic. But for the moment, we said to the tourists, potential tourists coming back to Sabah, let's train your children how to make this Internet of Things project like what I just described, in order for them to learn STEM, Internet of Things and artificial intelligence. And then we'll get these apps to be judged at the iTex invention competition, which I'm sure PKK already participated for many years. And then with a good attractive price, like a return trip from their respective country in ASEAN and East Asia, welcome them to PKK, to Sabah, for with the price to visit Sabah. And so that is the project that came about in the discussion. And so I really would like to thank and appreciate the management of PKK under the leadership of the directors and the support from the staff, that this is going to go into a reality. What I'm in particular want to acknowledge is the fact that this project is very unique in PKK students actually will be able to mentor the primary school and high school students, first time ever in Malaysia, to be able to then, in fact, this important Industry Revolution 4.0 skills when they are really creative at that point. So I'm going to close here and introduce the other speakers. And first of all, our long-time supporter, senior manager of the Australian High Commission, Mr. Adil Akbar, who's been a strong STEM education supporter for many years. In fact, Adil was in Adelaide as a student in electronics engineering, and he was one of the pioneering students in a 1 million ringgit university to school mentoring program in 2002 to 2007, that program. And so then next in line, I suppose, is the Royal Australian Air Force Wing Commander, Mr. Fernando Gonzalez. He's also has been a judge of the Royal Adelaide Show Stem Cell Invention Competition. And right here next to me is Mr. John Philip, OAM, He's like a datuk of Australia, and he has been also tirelessly supporting all these STEM in schools project, in workshop and invention competitions. And then I have speaking for a short time is Mr. Akmal Hussain. Time is Mr. Akmal Hussain, founder of FAA, World Travel and Tours Tourism Company in KL. And I've been very fortunate to be made the honorary chairman of that company in order to apply artificial intelligence for tourism, as we saw just now about making apps for the hotels. And then last of all is Mr. Bill Spur, AO, again another big datuk of Australia. He's the special advisor to the economic minister, who is also the chief minister and tourism minister of South Australia, Mr. Stephen Marshall. And so I'll start off with Senior Manager of Australian High Commission, Mr. Adil Akbar. Please, Adil, all yours.
Thanks, Peng. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Great. Good morning, everyone. It's lovely to join all of you virtually during this situation. I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu Director, the Deputy Director of Academic, as well as the Deputy Director of Academic Support. And also our friends from Adelaide, as Peng Chu has mentioned the names earlier, and also in Malaysia. So I've been told that I've been given just a few minutes, so I'll just do a quick one. Acknowledgement. Firstly, and most importantly, I would like to congratulate both parties for the partnership to collaborate in developing stem cell AI social business startups case studies at the PKK Center of Technology. This includes training Polytechnic KK hospitality students to make artificial intelligence storytelling phone apps to promote hotels and tourism in Sabah affected by COVID-19. So ladies and gentlemen, artificial intelligence is a powerful technology that can boost the economy, raise incomes, and improve our quality of life. They can help solve challenges we face in areas like health and welfare, safety, environment, energy, infrastructure and transport, and importantly, education as well. So from the Australian government, we are working across government, industry, academics, and the community to explore the role of AI in Australia's future, develop the policy, and build our artificial intelligence capacity. One such example is the partnership between the University of Adelaide, State Government of South Australia, and industry partners such as Lockheed Martin. The University of Adelaide's Australian Institute for Machine Learning, or AIML, is a key research institution in machine learning globally, ranked number 1 in the world for 3 key areas of artificial intelligence and machine learning. The cutting-edge research projects from this partnership will bolster South Australia's entrepreneurial activity across a range of industries, from defense to tourism, providing us with new tools and capabilities to ensure that South Australia remains at the forefront of global innovation and enterprise. And I believe the same can be done in Sabah. If I may borrow the words of our High Commissioner to Malaysia, the friendship between Australia and Sabah is very important, and it's all about people. Education is key to Sabah's future, and it's key to our friendship as well. I thus would like to congratulate again STEMSEL Australia again with this partnership with Polytechnic KK Sabah. The success of stem cell education and training approach has produced results on the international stage, as what Peng had mentioned earlier, as they are not only endorsed by the Nobel Prize winner Muhammad Yunus, but also recently mentored winners at the ITEX competition in 2019 in KL. As you can appreciate, education and training are priority areas for both Australia and Malaysia. These are certainly areas where stem cell as well as Polytechnic KK can both share in experience and promote opportunities for collaboration. And I wish both of you success in this area. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Adil. And so we have the next...
Next speaker is Royal Australian Air Force Wing Commander, Mr. Fernando Gonzalez, who actually also judged the Royal Adelaide show here. So Fernando, if we can hear from you. Thank you.
Bagaimana suara? Halo.
Yeah. Loud and clear.
Assalamualaikum dan
Ya.
selamat siang. Walaupun saya berasal dari Australia dan mempunyai darah Spanyol, bahasa ketiga saya biasanya bahasa Indonesia, tetapi saya akan mencuba bahasa Melayu hari ini. Nama saya Fernando González dan saya telah bekerja sama dengan Peng dan Miro selama lebih dari 10 tahun untuk membantu anak muda berjaya dengan STEM untuk mencipta masa depan yang lebih baik. Sebagai lekol dan jurutera dalam tentara udara, saya sangat berminat dengan orang muda yang memperoleh kemahiran teknikal yang penting untuk negara dan wilayah kita. Sebagai duta dan hakim STEM, saya ingin menyampaikan ucapan selamat maju jaya kepada semua penyokong STEM, terutama pada masa COVID yang sukar ini. Tahniah atas kejayaan Anda dan saya berharap dapat melihat lebih banyak kejayaan dalam masa terdekat. Terima kasih banyak atas sambutan hangat Anda.
Wonderful speech. Thank you, Fernando.
Thank you.
You speak much better than me. Much better.
I'm not sure about that thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so the next speaker is Mr. John Phillips, who also judged the stem cell inventors competition. So we'll hand over to Mr. John Phillips. Thank you.
Good morning, dignitaries and guests. I'm certainly honoured to be joining you this morning for the signing of the Certificate of Collaboration. The collaborative partnership between KK Polytechnic and STEMSEL Foundation Australia demonstrates the opportunity to build our friendships from afar, especially in these difficult times and when technology and innovation advancement is so important to us all. It is often adversity that creates such opportunities, providing education, learning and teaching to us and training our future generations. And this is what this collaborative opportunity provides. Today's relationship from a personal perspective highlights my father's and his father's father before him, our Anzac spirit and sacrifice. My father was a member of the AIF in Borneo some 75 years ago, and at some period was stationed in Kota Kinabalu. So it is most apt that our relationship continues, albeit under much different circumstances than those several years, 75 years ago. My father was a well-recognised ornithologist, a bird keeper, and he often recited the story of returning to Australia from Borneo in 1945 with a new friend. This is the human side to our relationship today. His new friend was a blue-crowned hanging parrot. This may seem a strange parallel. However, in modern day terms, I suggest this was my father's desire to ensure global friendships and sustainability, cementing it for the future. We might say that my father was one of our early tourists between Australia and Borneo. The parrot arrived safely in Adelaide, firstly by boat and then by train from Sydney to Adelaide, and went on to live a very comfortable, long life. But I always wonder whether the parrot was asking questions about his new home. Today's ceremony represents an extension some 75 years forward of our country's friendship and willingness to work together, ensuring the Anzac KK spirit lives on. I congratulate Polytechnic and partners and STEMSEL for forging ahead. I'm sure this is just the start of something special, and I'm pleased to continue in my role as a STEMSEL judge and entrepreneur, supporting careers, students and job opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. What a wonderful, thank you. What a wonderful reminder of friendship. And in fact, I have this picture here, if all of you can see, that this is one of your teacher, Grace Jennifer, with all the Anzac soldiers in Sandakan at the Memorial Day in 2018. And this Saturday, 15th of August again, there will be a live streaming of this memorial in Sandakan. So it is all about trying to get more families from Australia, the Anzac families, to go on Memorial Day as well as tourism. So we will welcome them, obviously, to come to PKK, especially their children, as I said earlier, to get them learning STEM, AI, IoT projects with PKK students in order to get them coming to Sabah. For instance, they'll make object recognition app that would point at orangutan, point at the Mount Kinabalu, point at all the flora and fauna, and get to understand how this ecosystem works together using artificial intelligence app that PKK students and teachers will together with us and collaborating with 10 other countries to help these Anzac families' children to make apps. So I'll pass it back to Miro.
Okay, so next we're going to then hear from Mr. Akmal Hussain, who's actually a co-founder of the FAA World Travel and Tourism Company, to talk more about this opportunity of the tourism.
My name is Akmal Hussain. I am the co-founder of FAA World Travel and Tours, SDN based in Malaysia. First, I apologize. Today I attend this meeting, but MCO, that's why I'm not here. So I would like to thank the PKK and the director and all our distinguished guests. I am still happy to help the PKK. My job is to bring tourists to Sabah, and I am connected to tourism board in Sabah. We have appointed Dr. Peng, honorary chairman to our World Travel and Tours, to use AI to help tourism and help the making apps the hotel. Such as apps for hotels, 63 in KK, to send the message out there to the customer, tell them that we will train their children for free to make AI apps, to know AI, because before Adil Akbar tell everything AI. So in order for the enter into the competition, we will offer a prize to fly from their home country to KL to Sabah, return to visit PKK and enjoy the making more robotic apps. So I'm not talking many things. So thank you everyone, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Akmal. Well done.
Okay, so we look forward now to the signing of the collaboration. So we obviously thank everybody here, both here locally and also Adil in KL. And thank you very much for being able to speak about this. Also Fernando Gonzalez and Mr. John Phillips and Akmal for speaking with us today. So we'll hand over back to you. Thank you.
poverty, zero unemployment, zero net carbon emission. And we can create that world. Why can't we do it now?
Nama saya Haidi, saya berasal daripada Musuh Miliman, Kota Maluku. Ibu saya melinting, kalau saya lulus daripada Pukat. Bapak saya Limun, usul dari Labuan. Dia adalah anak bungsu daripada 7 orang adik-beradik. Bapak saya meninggal ketika saya berumur 3 tahun. Dan sejak itu, kami adik-beradik dibesarkan oleh ibu kami. Jadi sebelum terlibat dengan DYYM, ibu kami menanam padi secara keseluruhan, juga menanam sayur, dan itu bisa memproduksi sendiri dan yang saya capai sekarang adalah atas usaha dan penajian ibu saya, mengusahakan penyediaan kuih secara kecil-kecilan, bermodalkan pinjaman daripada DYYM yang diinspirasikan oleh Peng. Hari ini saya ingin menukar pengadaan kuih kecil-kecilan tersebut pada STEMSEL AI Social Business, karena AI Social Business boleh dilakukan dengan skala besar dan dapat membantu lebih ramai orang. AI Social Business adalah salah satu cara bagaimana saya boleh menyelesaikan masalah 3 zeros, yaitu tiada pengangguran, tiada kemiskinan, dan tiada pelepasan karbon seperti yang disarankan oleh Peng. Saya tahu bagaimana ia boleh dilakukan dengan mudah. AI menjadi mudah bila ada teknologi seperti Runlink. Jika satu baris kod boleh mencipta penglihatan ataupun vision, satu baris kod boleh mengawal apa saja dan di mana saja. Jam, 10 jam, tidak ada siapa yang boleh menghentikan saya daripada membuat transformasi.